for us. Also, let's give a big hand. Let's also give a big hand, I don't know if you'll hear it, to Dave Taylor back at home, who's keeping the Zoom meeting going at the other end. So thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. Good job. There's a lot of applause. I don't know if you can hear it or not. If you've not signed in, please do so now. So we have a record of your attendance. We and our speakers, campaign people, we like to know if we don't have anyone sign in, we'll think no one was here and it won't be worth doing this again. So we would like to keep it going. Please do sign in if you haven't already. Want to recognize any of our candidates in attendance other than our current speaker. We'll introduce her properly later. So I'll give them an opportunity just to say a few words. Bethany Mann is here. Bethany, tell us who you are, what you're running for.
Hello, Muleskinners. How are you today?
Great.
I'm Bethany Mann. I'm running for Congress in Missouri's 3rd District. I'm a scientist. I started out with the EPA. I'm passionate about science, education, and bringing people together. My goal is to make Missouri in the 3rd District a leader when it comes to important issues that strengthen families and build up the middle class. So I'm so happy that you are all here today. You're in for such a treat with Trudy speaking. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for being here, Bethany, all the way from St. Louis there. And we also have Bob Nolte, who's running for something on the county, right? Come tell us what you're running for, Bob.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Bob Nolte. I'm running for Boone County Recorder of Deeds. Recorder is a professional position. I spent 10 years at Mizzou. Want to bring that administrative background to run in the office. And I ask for your vote on November 8th. Thank you so much.
Thank you again, Bob. And we've got some House District, Adrian Plank. Adrian, I saw you here earlier. Come on over, say hi to people. Tell them what you're running for.
Oh my, good to see everybody. Adrian Plank here, running for House District 47. I just want to say that they're coming after me hard, man. They're coming after. They got lots of money. They've already sent a mass amount of mailers against me. Yesterday's mail at the post office, half the mailers. Half the entire post office mailers were ads against me. I'm talking, they're spending tons of money, tons and tons of money. So I'm going to need everybody's support, everybody talking to the voters to counter it, because we're not going to have the money to counter them. So trust me, I've got plans, especially in forums, to come back at them, but I'm going to need your all's help. Please help out. Thank you.
That's Adrian Plank for the 47th. Please help. And we also have Dave Rathel is here. Dave, come on up. Dave Rathel running for the 44th.
All right, I need my audio, my visual display here, so I'm going to yell. All right, I'm Dave Rathel running in the 44th against Sheree Tolson-Reich. Here is a report of her speaking in Centralia yesterday. For those of you who've been following the news, she doubled down on the kitty litter. It's in Oakland, it's in Smithton, and it is in Hickman. All right. Her district consists of 2 classes of people. It's us Marxists and communists and socialists in Columbia, and it's God's people in other places. That is the moral idiot that I have to oppose. It is absurd. It is an embarrassment that I should have to stand in public and point out her moral incompetence and inability to be a representative. She is a zealot who will shove her way of life on you. I need your help. I'm Dave Rathel, Dave Rathel for the 44th.com. Thank you.
All right, I tried to make a note of our candidates as they were coming in, but I may have overlooked some. Do we have any other candidates that I've missed? Yeah, got Bob. Thank you, though. All right. We would also like to recognize press in attendance. I think we've got, looked like the Missouri School of Journalism, Esther, Clerk, and Eileen, I think. I appreciate you all being here. And the KRCG 13. I've forgotten your main name. Brian. Thank you, Brian, for being here. Is there any other press in attendance? No other press. All right. Good job. Now we recognize our current elected officials in attendance. I jotted down a couple of them when I saw them come in. Justin Aldred over here, Boone County Commissioner, South. And who's that? Oh, okay. Well, there you go. From a Tribune. All right. Columbia Tribune. Thank you, Roger. I was looking for a hand. I didn't see you sitting there. Good job. And then we also have Janet Thompson, I saw earlier from the other Boone. She's around. All right. She's in there. All right. Are there any other current officials, current elected officials who want to recognize? That's what I saw now. We have, if we have any business, I'm not aware of any, but if we have any, I'm going to skip it. So I'm going to call on Pam for announcements. Pam, no announcements? Where's Pam?
She handed it out.
Oh, good. All right. Well, if you didn't get a copy of the announcements, we have some at the sign up table. And again, if you haven't signed up, please sign up. Now, my last job here. Our speaker today is the Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. She will be nobody's senator, but yours. She wants the opportunity to hear from each and every one of you about the issues you are passionate about. So after she gives her remarks, I encourage all of you to stick around and socialize so you get the chance to talk directly with her. Ask her your questions, give her your comments, and share any suggestions you might have. Now let's give a warm Muleskinners welcome to the next U.S. Senator from Missouri, Trudy Busch Valentine.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Muleskinners. Love to be with you again. I know that I talked to you over Zoom during the primaries. Thanks so much for getting me this far. And I know we have 3 more weeks to go to win the general. I'm counting on all your support. We're doing everything that we can to get all around the state of Missouri and be heard. I'm going to give you a little bit of my stump speech because a lot of you haven't heard it and because it's changed since the primary. But before I do that, I want to thank all the volunteers that we've had at this campaign. And I want to thank Dustin and his whole team. Everyone raise your hands. My team, Court Van Ostren, who's here, and Jacob Long, who's with me all the time, and my husband, John Fries, who's with me all the time. Thanks so much, everyone. So I know Muleskinners. I read about it, and I absolutely can see this clearly because I drove a team of 4 horses when I was younger and still do. So the Muleskinners came about because they drove 4 mules or more, and the mules were maybe a little bit stubborn, but they had a person that could lead them and work with them as a team and get things done. And that's what we need to do in Washington. We need to work as a team and get things done. My name is Trudy Busch Valentine. I'm a nurse. I'm a mother of 6. I'm a grandmother. I'm a lifelong learner. I'm a 4th generation Missourian. I love Missouri and I care so much about the people of Missouri. And I'm going to be the woman that stops Eric Schmidt from reaching the United States Senate. And I hope you heard that. I come from a family that lived the American dream. My dad, Gussie Busch, who would be 123 years old today, alongside union workers, built Anheuser-Busch into the world's largest brewery through hard work and perseverance. And I'm so grateful. I know my team's always like, take your sunglasses off. Okay. And I'm so grateful to my parents for so many reasons, but especially because they taught me that too much is given, much is expected. And that's what my entire life has been about, serving others. I became a candy striper at a local hospital in St. Louis when I was just 13 years old. And when I was 17, my little sister, Christina, was critically injured in a car accident. And I sat by her bedside for 11 days. And that's when I realized the profound impact nurses had on people. They took care of my little sister and my family with compassionate and competent care at our great time of need. And watching them changed my life. I learned that nursing is a sacred commitment to improving the well-being of others. So I went to nursing school and I went on to take care of abused and neglected children until my husband, John Valentine, and I started our family of 6. I've continued to be involved in nursing all of my life, whether it's volunteering in hospice, in hospital pastoral care, because I got my master's of arts in pastoral care, helping lead St. Louis University Nursing School, becoming an EMT, and administering many COVID-19 vaccines during the pandemic. I have always loved being a nurse. Well, now America needs a nurse, and that's why I'm running for the United States Senate.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Because Washington is broken and is full of too many career politicians like Eric Schmidt. I'm not in this for ego or power or money. I can't be bought. I won't be taking corporate PAC money. I won't be trading stocks in office. I will post my schedule so you know who I'm meeting with and who I'm not every day. I will be nobody's senator but yours. So let's talk about some of the issues. And I know there are many and a lot that we could talk about. And I want to hear from all of you. But these are a couple that I focused on. First, I want to make sure that people have the freedom to make their own healthcare decisions, including decisions about abortion and birth control. Eric Schmidt supports a mandated ban with no exceptions for rape or incest. We cannot take women back 50 years. We must move forward with more autonomy and more equality for everyone. Next, I believe we've got to stand up to foreign countries like communist China. My opponent voted not once, but twice to sell 145,000 acres of Missouri farmland to China. That puts our country at risk, and it's a bipartisan problem now, and Congress sees it. Even Republicans are saying it's a threat to our national security and to our food supply. I've owned a Missouri farm for over 30 years. I will always put family farmers over Chinese profits. And in the Senate, I will make sure the Missouri farmland is owned by Missourians.
Yeah.
Our country is at a crossroads. The politics of the extreme right poses a grave danger to our democracy and our country. Guys like Eric Schmidt want to take away our rights and want to divide us. They also peddle conspiracy theories about legitimate elections being stolen. The election of 2020 was a safe and secure election. Even Trump's own leaders in government and in the Justice Department said it was so, the safest in the history of the United States. Now more than ever, we must come together and we must work together. Democrats, independents, Republicans, we must stand for compassion, for truth, for integrity and decency. And we must defend and protect our democracy with everything we've got. And this race isn't going to be easy, but I'm going to let Court explain that. All right, Dustin, you explain that. We're working hard, but Dustin will tell us what we need.
We will do our care. We will do our duty to put you in Washington, but please win.
Yes. Yes.
So actually today is the beginning of the GOTV phase of our campaign. And what that means is it's the beginning of the get out the vote portion. The election is coming up on us real quick. And at this point, we need people who are willing to make phone calls, to call people, to remind them to vote, to remind them how to vote, to remind them of the importance of voting. And then on top of it, we need people who are willing to go out and to knock doors. You can knock the doors in your neighborhood. We will target the specific people who we know are the ones that will most likely need that encouragement. Otherwise, I can set you up where you can just knock the closest number of people to you. We need people to help get out the vote, to get people to the polls, and we need people to help on election day. That's a massive thing right now. We need to make sure we have a Democrat at every polling place here in Boone County, simply to encourage people to vote the proper way. So if you're willing, I encourage you to please go to our website, trudybuschvalentine.com/volunteer, and click that link. Someone from the team will reach out and we'll see what the best options are for you to get involved. So please do your best. We need your help. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Dustin. You go, Dustin. I know he'll be the future of our country. So, you know, the other thing the Court's been saying in a lot of these things is email your friends, email everyone you know, even if they're Republican or independents, just email them and tell them or suggest why they should vote for me. I think it would be good. Sometimes all people need to do is hear about somebody. Sometimes people really are not looking up the people they're voting for. They're standing on just a couple of things they might have heard, but not the whole story. So I have been working really hard. The last 8 months of our lives, my teams have been incredible. We have learned so much about Missouri. We have learned so much about Missourians, the issues, the hopes, the concerns, and the dreams. It has been a part of my life that I wouldn't have missed for the world. And I want to bring that effort and knowing my constituents and also being able to hear from the state reps and the state senators and the mayors about what is going on with you and what I can do for you at the federal level. And every time I get back to St. Louis, whenever I can do it, I will continue to be around Missouri. We have gone north, south, east, west, central, and have met so many incredible people. Missouri is a beautiful, beautiful state with so many good, kind, caring people. And thank you all so, so much. So this November, let's make some history and maybe pull a Dewey, a Truman, whatever it is. I can't put myself where Truman was. But let's make some history and send the first nurse, and there should be more nurses and there should be teachers and many other people. Let's this time send the first nurse and another woman to the United States Senate. Thank you all so, so much.